Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Red Short webinar. My name is Felicia Schenkelberg, and I am an analyst here at Red Sky Alliance. Today, we will be discussing detecting system intrusions. Please check out our website for a related article. Detecting system intrusions is not the same as intrusion detection systems. An intrusion detection system will monitor your network or a system for malicious activity or policy violations. These include, but are not limited to, full packet capture devices with analytics behind them, firewalls, physical security guards, and all other preventative technologies and techniques. However, in this webinar, I will be covering detecting a system intrusion once an attacker has bypassed the company's preventative security technologies. While introducing the concept of intrusion detection in 1980, Anderson defined an intrusion attempt as an attempt or threat to the defined an intrusion or attempt as a threat to the potential possibility or deliberate unauthorized attempt to access information, manipulate information, or render a system unreliable or unusable. Network security mechanisms monitor and prevent unauthorized access, misuse, the modification or denial of the information system and network resources. These mechanisms can also scan networks for vulnerabilities and automatically generate reports about how to improve network security. When correctly configured, a secure network perimeter will protect the systems, devices, and data on an agency's locally managed and operated side of the network from the public side of the network. Perimeter security mechanisms may include a firewall for intrusion detection system. I would recommend regularly reviewing both cloud networks and local networks for potential risks, as it is a best practice. It is important to be aware that many preventative technologies are using blacklisting as a firewall methodology, which means that blacklisting so blacklisting allows everything by default and forbids something that is like malicious, so it blacklists it. So for the attacker, it would be a challenge to find another way to bypass this filter. Whitelisting would be the opposite. File integrity monitoring is an internal check that verifies the integrity of the operating system and application files. This is done by comparing the current state of the file and a known good default state. This comparison method often involves calculating a known cryptographic checksum of the known good default state and comparing it to the calculated checksum for the current state of the file. Other file attributes can be used to monitor your system's integrity. Generally, checking the integrity of a file is automated using internal controls such as an application or a process. But this observation can also be made randomly during a set voting period in real time. Changes to configuration files and file attributes across the IT infrastructure are common but hidden within a large volume of daily changes. These changes can also reduce security posture in some cases, leading indicators of a breach in process. Values monitor for unexpected changes to files or configuration items include your credentials, privilege and security settings, just contact, hash values, and configuration values. About 90% of all successful compromises are made via known flaws, so zero-day attacks are not that common. A zero-day attack or threat is an attack that exploits a previously unknown vulnerability in a computer application, meaning that the attack occurs on day zero. This means that the developers have had 0 days to access and patch the vulnerability. Zero-day exploits are used or shared by attackers before the developer of the target software knows about the vulnerability. Zero-day attacks occur during the vulnerability window that exists in the time between when a vulnerability is first exploited and when software developers start to develop and publish a counter to that threat. For viruses, Trojans, and other zero-day attacks, the vulnerability window usually follows the timeline of the developer creating software that contains an unknown vulnerability, the attacker finding that vulnerability before the developer does, the attacker writing and distributing an exploit while the vulnerability is still unknown to the developer, and then the developer becoming aware of the exploit. Security awareness is the knowledge and attitude of members of an organization possess regarding the protection of the physical and especially information assets of that organization. Many organizations require formal security awareness training for all workers when they join the organization and periodically thereafter. Topics covered in security awareness training include the following: the nature of sensitive material and physical assets that they may meet, such as trade secrets, privacy concerns, and classified information. Employee and contractor responsibilities in handling sensitive information. Requirements for proper handling of sensitive material in physical form, which can include marketing, transmission, storage, and destruction. Proper methods for protecting sensitive information on computer systems, including password policy and the use of two-factor authorization. Computer security concerns, including malware, phishing, and social engineering. Workplace security, including building access, wearing of security badges, reporting of incidents and forbidden articles, and consequences of failure to properly protect information, including the potential loss of employment, economic consequences to the firm, and damage to individuals whose private records were divulged. That's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed the material and found it useful. If you have any questions on the subject, you can contact us via Jim McKee at jimmckee@wpaclabs.com. If you are not yet a member, please sign up on our portal, redskylines.org. Your membership is free and you will gain access to a variety of Red Sky Alliance content. See you next week.